Hi everyone, it's Peggy Merwin with Stamp with Peggy. I so apologize for being late. I was trying to hurry and get the project finished up and it took a little longer than I thought. Then I had to get the pieces cut and I just realized I left them over there, so I will have to grab them yet. So I'm going to give everybody a couple seconds to get on because I said I would be running late and I'm even a couple minutes later than I thought. So while we're doing that, I'm going to go grab my pieces. So hopefully you're joining in. Thank you for your patience. Okay, looks like we have a couple of you anyways. Yay. Hi, Becky. I'm sorry. I didn't try to make you feel lost. It's just been a little crazy tonight, so I apologize. Hi, Roseanne. All right, I'm going to try to get me up here so that I can try to watch comments on the computer. Hi, Jackie. Okay, there I'm live, and now I can see your comments. Okay, good. Thank you so much again for your patience. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. I found out yesterday, apparently it was National Daughters Day. I got to spend all day Saturday and part of yesterday with my daughter, so that was wonderful. I had a good time. Tony was camping with his dad and our son, so they had a good time. They got a little wet, but they had a good time. And I got to work on lots of fun new crafting type things, worked on Fall Fest a little bit, worked on the Christmas card class for this Wednesday, played with my scan and cut. My daughter helped me with that a little bit, and so I'm working on Fall Fest a little bit. So that's pretty much. We're in the last week of September, which is also the last week of the Stampin' Up! Year. We start all over again October 1st, for me, not for you guys. I have a little bit of a goal I'm trying to hit yet to end the year with, so kind of keep an eye out this week. I may be posting some fun little things out there, trying to boost sales a little bit. The one thing I did want to remind everyone, and I've got to find the date here, the 28th, which is Wednesday. Wednesday is the last day to participate in my annual seal sale or adhesive sale. I basically give my discount off from the refills, the full ones, the green glue, the dimensionals. You know you got to have dimensionals because I use a ton of them. The seal refills, instead of being the regular $5.50, are only $3.85. The dimensionals are normally $4.25, and again, this sale is only through me. This is something I'm doing. The dimensionals are, instead of $4.25, they are $3 each. You do pay regular shipping and handling on the regular price, and then the discount comes off after that. So pop me an email, comment on here how many, and we can contact and I can get you a final total. But again, Wednesday is the deadline for that. Okay. October starts, like I said, the new Stampin' Up! Year, and it sounds like there's some new deals coming out there. I haven't had a chance to look at yet, but keep an eye out because once I can look at everything and know for sure what I can share. But anybody looking to get a discount off from all their Stampin' supplies, there's a special coming that you're going to want to know about. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our project. We are on, I think it's week 8 of Halloween, and we'll see. I may go one more week, and then I may start kind of changing into fall a little bit as we start to prepare for Christmas. Trying to decide, I think I'm going to do a 12 days of Christmas and, or not 12 days, but 12 weeks of Christmas. But I don't know yet. I haven't decided if I'm going to do it all on my Facebook Live or if I'm going to do like some YouTube videos and share those along with being on my blog and stuff. So keep an eye out for that, all that fun stuff. Okay, thank you. Hi, Sheila. Okay, so tonight we're doing a one-sheet wonder with 6x6 paper. So let me go ahead and flip the camera down and let's get you down on a screen there so you're not looking up at me. All right, and coming back up. All right, now let me get everything rearranged here, and so that I can see in here and in here. Okay, get my cord out of the way. Get this evened up a little bit. All right, I think we're good. This is the host code yet for this week. It ends on Friday, and then I will come up with a new one. Okay, so we are starting with, I'm using the Celebrate Everything designer paper, which is a hostess only product. This week's giveaway, which I haven't done a name yet, so don't let me forget to do that at the end, of everybody who shares and comments, especially shares my lives. Tag your friends in it so that they see it. But I'm going to do a giveaway of 6x6 pieces of the Celebrate Everything designer paper. I've got to get through it to see for sure, but I may do 2 of them. So right now we're going to start with a 6x6. This one has the fun ghosts and pumpkins, and then the back side is great just for fall with the crushed curry stripes. Okay, and we're going to pull the paper trimmer in here, and I may go at an angle just so that you can see the numbers where I'm cutting. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut it in half at 3 inches and then turn it and cut it in half again. No, Linda, you didn't miss the card sketch. I got so crazy I didn't get it done. So I may pull one of tonight's cards and give you a week to get your card done this time. How's that? Maybe I'll find a really good prize because this month has just been a little crazy for me. Okay, so there's our 6x6 paper cut into 4 3x3s. Okay, so we're going to set 3 of them off to the side. And the first one, we're going to leave just like this. Okay, now let me find my, okay, that one's going to go in this packet. I'm trying to decide, we're just going to continue to cut them all first. Then we're going to take a second 3x3 and we're going to cut it into 3 1-inch strips. My piece is going to go up and down, so you want to make sure if it's directional that your pieces stay up and down. Okay, so there's 3 1-inch pieces, and that is my card number 2. We're going to do 4 cards out of this. Okay, my third piece, we are going to cut, and again, it's a 3x3, so we're going to cut it at 1.5, and then we're going to turn or stack them and cut them again at 1.5, so that we have 4 1.5-inch pieces. That's card number 3. And then our final card, we are going to take the 3x3 piece and we're going to turn it and we're going to cut it at an angle. And I'm going to do it this way. It really doesn't matter either direction, but this is how my sample one is. Okay, and sometimes with those, you have to start inside. If you start right on the outside edge, that point gets caught. Okay, so now we have 2 triangles out of a 3x3 piece. That's card number 4. Okay, so now let's get our cards all out here. I am using the Scary Cute stamp set and Memento ink. And I'm using the stamp set just for the greetings again. Okay, so we have our envelope. And then I have a basic black base that's 5.5 by 8.5. All of the bases are 5.5 by 8.5. Scored at 4 1/4. You're going to want a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece for the inside so that you can write your message. Then I have pumpkin pie in a 4 by 5 1/4. And I used the Leaf Fall 3D embossing folder. I absolutely love. This is my all-time favorite for fall. It just gives you a nice impression with leaves. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and adhere that right down onto our card. Hi, Glenda. Glad you could join. We're doing a one-sheet wonder, a Halloween one-sheet wonder, using a 6x6 piece of Celebrate Everything designer paper. Okay, so now I have my designer paper. I'm starting with the 3x3 piece, and I'm going to layer it onto a 3 1/8 by 3 1/8. Hopefully I did that right. Nope. I cut this one 3 1/4, I think. Okay, we're gonna trim it down. I want this one to be 3 1/8 by 3 1/8. So I have just a skinny little border of pumpkin pie around my designer paper. What did everybody do this weekend? Any apple orchard? I think I saw Roseanne went out apple orchard picking. The folder's on my list to order. Linda, I'm hoping to have the Fall Fest stuff designed and or finished so that I can get the list out yet this week. And if I remember right, I think that's on there. So it's definitely one you're going to want. Okay, so then we have the layers with the designer paper, the pumpkin pie, and basic black. We're going to attach this to our card with dimensionals. See, that's why you need those dimensionals. Again, they're on sale with me through Wednesday for $3 instead of 4 1/4. Okay. And so I'm going to put this off to the left. When you do this embossing folder, you get a blank space. Oh, yay. Who did I just see? Stamped with Friends. Cheryl. Okay, I want to see the things that you guys did this time. Did you come up with all the projects? Okay, then I used the stitched shapes and die cut that. And I'm going to use my memento. And it looks like Annie froze sitting outside watching softball. No, thank you. From the inside looking out, I thought it was a decent weekend. Katie and I went out shopping Saturday looking for supplies for Fall Fest, and we went out to Royal Oaks Apple Orchard and just did a little bumming around. Got her some apple cider donuts because they don't make them in gluten-free yet, but it was a good time. Okay, I'm using Cebu and Scary On. And then just attaching that. Oh, that's a little crooked. Onto there. And there's our first card. Just very sweet and simple. Okay. Then we're going to move on to our second card, which had the 1-inch strips. Okay. So this time we're using the thick basic white. And again, it's the 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. It's going to be a sideways one. And we've got a 4 1/4 or 4 by 5 1/4 basic black. Oh, yay. Awesome. And then we have a 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 of the pumpkin pie, because you know it's all about the layers, right? Katie and I found some really fun things at Dollar Tree for Fall Fest. So I'm very excited with some new fun projects. Okay, then I have a 3/8 inch piece of basic black. We're just going to put that right across the center. And it should have been, you know, it looks like I've got it cut at 5 1/4. So we're going to extend it out here, even with the black layer. There we go. However, straight would be good. Okay, then we're going to take our 3 pieces of designer paper and we're going to adhere those onto a 1 1/8 by 3 1/8 of pumpkin pie, and then a 3 3/8 by 1 3/8 basic black. And we're going to do that with all 3 of them. Oh, Linda, that's so sweet. I love it. You are such a good daughter. Okay, and so then we're going to adhere this onto here. We're going to do it with all 3 pieces. That one goes onto there. Did you notice that I did not emboss the larger pumpkin pie? Most of it's getting covered, so I thought I could get away without doing it this time. Okay, and then we're gonna put this onto here. Okay, now we're gonna use a ton of dimensionals because we're going to attach all of those with dimensionals. And I just can't get away with doing just one. And then Linda, in a couple weeks we're coming up and you'll get to have Saturday off anyways for Fall Fest, right? A little Linda time. Okay. And those on there. Oops, and I just realized I never glued this one down onto the card base as it's wiggling and moving on me. Okay, so then attach that there. Okay, and then we are just going to attach each of these. Okay. All right, so then we're gonna pull that in just a little bit more. Okay, there's one. I am very excited. Fall Fest and Santa's Workshop are probably my 2 favorite. I just wish I could do Santa's Workshop on a weekend, but in December or late November, there's normally not a free weekend available for most of us. Okay. And that's a little crooked. Okay. And then we're going to, again, use the banner that I cut from Stylish Shapes. And this time I'm going to use Trick or Treat, You're So Sweet. You guys have to tell everybody else about Fall Fest too, so everybody can come next time. Okay. And then we're just going to adhere that. And this time I've got dimensionals under all of these. So this time I'm just going to do it with regular seal adhesive. Okay, there's our second card. Okay, now on to card 3, which were our 4 1.5-inch squares. Isn't it fun? And again, remember, I mean, it's so easy then to change your designer papers out. We keep buying because the designer papers are so cute, but then we don't like to cut into them. So this is great for the 6x6 pieces. I mean, so I'm getting 4 out of 1. So you could get 16 out of 1 sheet of paper. And yes, you could color the pumpkins and the ghosts to make it pop a little bit more. Okay, let's go ahead and adhere our 4 pumpkin pieces. So again, these are 1.5 by 1.5. So I have pumpkin pie that is 1 5/8 by 1 5/8. Have I said pumpkin pie enough times that everybody wants a piece now? That sounds like a fun thing to bake on the cooler days, right? Okay, there's the third one and the final one. Sounds yummy. Some whipped cream. Okay, there's the question. Canned whipped cream, fresh made whipped cream, or Cool Whip? I want to see the answers on that. We all like to save the pretty papers. That's just it. And then we end up with so many of them. Okay, now I have a layer of basic black that is 3.5 by 3.5. Okay, so I'm going to just adhere my pumpkins And Cheryl does a lot of cards, so one sheet wonders are just about her favorite thing, right? Who's not a pie person? Linda Vanderspool. Okay, so what's your favorite treat or dessert? You post or share a lot of yummy desserts. Okay, so we're gonna, and again, we've just got a small border. Real whipped cream. Real whipped cream. Okay. Looks like real whipped cream is the winner. I don't like to take the time to make real whipped cream. I know, isn't that awful? My brother-in-law has a fit. He will at least let me get by with canned whipped cream. But I like Cool Whip too. I know I'm not supposed to say that. And I know it's like how many degrees away from plastic, but... Okay, so then we are going to mount this onto, so it was a 3.5 by 3.5 basic black, so then it's a 3 5/8 square of basic white, and a 3 3/4 inch square of, there you go, Helen, I like that. Then I have more time for crafting and I don't have to stand there and do. Now, technically, I could put it in my KitchenAid and I could still craft while it was working, right? Okay, so we have lots of layers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers to create that. You know I love it. Okay, then we have a piece of basic black, or a layer of basic black, that is 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, that's going to go right on here. And then we're going to attach this with dimensionals. Okay. Like that. And then I used the Stylish Shapes dies for the big banner. And I am going to use the greeting that says Halloween Happiness. Normally I would have this stuff stamped for you ahead of time, but again, too many things, and I was playing with too many fun things and didn't quite get it ready. Oh, well, that wasn't good. A little too much pressure. Aren't they fun? Now again, and that's kind of almost, but I think you guys would kill me if I told you you had to make 4 cards for the challenge. But I did kind of think about that as a one sheet wonder challenge. And you needed to take a piece of 6 by 6 and create your cards. That would be fun. But I won't do that to you with just a week to go. Maybe that'll be next month's challenge. Okay. And so we're going to attach this down at the bottom here. Now, I didn't grab any embellishments, but on all of these, you could add some little black matte dots. Okay, now I need to move that one out of the way. That's card 3, so now we're on our final card. And look at this, even with running late, we're still getting them done in no time at all. Okay, so we've got a basic black base this time, and a pumpkin pie that I embossed again with that leaf fall embossing folder. And so we're going to attach that. Don't forget to put a white piece inside. I haven't cut those yet, so I still need to do that. I just rearrange where I emboss my card or where I turn it. I'm going to cover this corner. So by doing this, because if you see, it kind of goes at an angle like falling leaves. So this part's empty, but I'm going to cover that part. So then my embossing is all down here at the bottom. Okay. This was the one that was a 3 by 3 square that we cut at an angle. So then I took a 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 inch square and cut it on the angle. Okay. And so then we are going to attach these together. Okay, like that. And then the bottom one. Like that. And then I have a piece of basic black that is 3.5 by 3.5. So we are going to adhere our triangles onto that. You do have lots and lots of layers on these, right? That's kind of a Peggy's signature. Along with lots of dimensionals, you get lots of layers. But I mean, these cards are all super simple. There's not a lot of die cutting or anything. It's just layers of cardstock. Okay, we're going to attach this to our card base with dimensionals. See, for $3 sale, it's only $1 a sheet. I can use a whole sheet. That's only 25 cents a card. So I can use lots of them. Okay, and then we're going to attach it up here. All right, then I used my stylish shapes and I cut out a basic black, a pumpkin pie, and a basic white. The black is the stitched, and it's about 2 1/8. And the pumpkin pie is about 1 7/8. That's with the layering circles. And then the basic white is about 1 3/4. And that again is with the stylish shapes. And I went back to kind of by size. I used the Halloween Happiness. And I'm going to stamp that on the basic white. And I didn't on my first one, but we're going to add a little bat up there and 2 little bats down there. Okay. And then we're going to adhere all of these together with no dimensionals between them. Love all the layers, but when I want something not so layered, I think, the cards are just not so nice looking. That is exactly what I do, Linda, because I started out with these and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do here. And then it's like, well, no, that doesn't look right. So like I said, it's kind of a Peggy signature thing, I think. Okay, I'm going to put dimensionals at the bottom because it's going to hang off here. And then I'm just going to put seal on the top. And then we're just going to do this. And there's our 4th card. Okay, so then we're going to go 4. Now let's see if I can get them all in here. I got to watch my screen on there. Okay, there's 4, there's 3, there's 2, and there's 1. And maybe not in the order, maybe instead if I do, let's go with the orange beside there. Then I can get it squared. How's that? Okay, now I got to see if they're all in so that you can see them. Yeah, it's a little crooked, but it is. So very quick and easy. Again, just 1 6x6 designer paper, a few die cutting pieces. But again, you could cut squares or whatever. I just find that I like some of the stitching added on to the simplicity of it. Okay. So reminder of my seal/adhesive sale. The weekly deals end on Wednesday. And it seems like there was something else. Oh, I can't now. You didn't remind me though. I need to do the drawing from last week. Okay. So let me find my lists and my drawing number. Okay, and from last week's comments, shares, likes, loves, tags, the winner is Jane Montgomery. Okay, so Jane, pop me an instant message or pop me a email, and so that I can get your address, and I will get these sampling of the designer paper out in the mail to you. Cheryl, I love that. Beautiful. Okay, so for now, you guys have a great week. Thank you so much for joining me and for your patience in my tardiness. And let's see what you do with this. Okay, take care. Have a good week. Bye-bye.